Tupelo.
Now,
We're not done yet, no.
Are there all three of them still?
I'm assuming.
All right.
Everybody, here we go. Happy Thursday. It's that time again. Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious, actually very rainy and dreary downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester, streaming at WMNHradio.org and on the Facebook on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. And of course, you can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc. Hello to our friends at Raw Talk Online and Tomorrow Radio. Today is Thursday, August 19, 2021, and I'm not alone. Jenny is here at the news desk.
I am present and accounted for.
Yes, yes.
It's wet. Very rainy and wet.
By the way, that song I played, not this one. This is Jenny by the Studio Killers. That song I opened with, I didn't know it existed until today. Apparently it's from 2018.
Wow.
But it's James Taylor. It's called Far Afghanistan. And, I was looking for some songs about Afghanistan. And I found that. And, and I clicked it. And I was just... it's from an album called Before This World. Oh, apparently it actually came out in 2015.
Oh, wow.
But this got posted to YouTube in 2018. But, such a great song. I wasn't entirely surprised because, I've always thought James Taylor is an incredible songwriter. But, my God.
Wow.
I mean, I listened to that. I was like, yep, that's my opener.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. I usually try to open with something either funny or more upbeat, but I heard that and I just like I have to play that. And it's like I said, it's from several years ago, and I never knew it existed. I'd never heard it before.
It's definitely very fitting. There's no way that you can avoid that topic right now. I mean, it's palpable in the air, I think, for many people.
Yeah, absolutely. So
personally, I'm angry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very angry.
Absolutely. John Hopwood was here yesterday, but he was agreeable, John, so he wasn't. He wasn't angry at all. He was quite agreeable.
I noticed that.
But he did express his displeasure with recent decisions by the administration, certainly. So I'm sure we'll get into some of that.
I couldn't
today.
help but notice he was very sweet yesterday.
He was agreeable. Well, I'll share with you. So I received this from him. Oh, where'd it go? On the text line. Oh, he sent me this. He said, that was a good radio show yesterday. He sent this today. That was a good radio show yesterday. First time in over a year, I was relaxed and felt positive.
Nice.
And then in parentheses, he wrote, despite the American empire collapsing, I don't really think the U.S. will split up. But if the GOP comes back to power in 2022, and then ellipses. So, but yeah, so he was having a good day yesterday.
Yeah. I was hanging out with Miriam and noticed that.
I think he might be, Miriam Banish. I think he might be enjoying his internet celebrity status. You know, he's got that wonderful video, John Hopwood is unbeatable, or I don't know if I have the title quite right. I don't have it in front of me.
It.
But, oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hoppy baby.
No, there's a lot of affection for John Hopwood.
Of course.
Yes, absolutely.
And we even love him when he's disagreeable, John.
Yes. Let's see. The number to call, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. Of course, you can also text us at 617-917-4476. tweet me at Matt Connarton or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. And, of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is give us a call at 603-250-6007. At the top of the hour at 5 p.m., we'll be joined by Eazy-G Eric Gagnon, who will be Skyping in to do a mini entertainment report over Skype. I think that's probably the best way. He did kind of a much shorter than usual report on Monday when he was here with us in studio, and I think Eazy-G's entertainment reports might be better as bite-sized morsels instead of this whole big to-do.
Well, I'll let you know if he tells me anything to do or gives me permission for anything.
Oh, right. Yes.
Essentially, I guess I'm his quasi-assistant.
I guess so.
He gave me permission to sit in the big chair Monday.
Yes, he did. I thought that was very gracious of him.
It was.
Well, he's used to sitting there, but now that he does some of his entertainment report using his phone, he doesn't need as much space to spread out all the papers in his orange binder. It's very exciting. It's nice to see him progress.
Maybe someday there'll be no paper. It'll be all electronic.
Well, that was
no
my
death
impression.
To trees.
That was my impression with what he was going for Monday. I thought he was doing it all from his phone, and then he pulls out the orange binder, which was fine. I would miss the orange binder if he didn't have it, but
I actually thought about getting him a new Trapper Keeper.
Oh.
But I don't want to encourage him to not use electronics. I want him to keep going electronically.
Exactly. It's something we have to ease him into.
Maybe someday he'd like to use a tablet.
Yes, maybe. I think little by little, it's going to be a gradual process. I think we can bring Eazy-G into the 1990s.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, some people you can't even bring into the 1980s, but maybe we'll come back to that. But I do want to remind you all, of course, that we are proudly sponsored by the Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan at 1000 Elm Street, right across the street. They have delicious gourmet pretzels. They have craft beer. No trivia this week or next week, from what I understand. I don't know if Bill Cini, he might be
on vacation.
He's on vacation, the great Bill Cini. Well, he's earned it.
They let him have time off.
Well, that's,
Just have to do it once in a while.
But he'll be back. And, of course, Friday nights at the Hop Knot from 7 to 9 p.m., Mr. Grant Lampton, also known as Mike Sutterth. When he's here on Tuesdays with us, he's Mike Sutterth for his Tweakonomics segment. But on Friday nights, he transforms into Grant Lampton and pulls out the guitar, and he plays from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Hop Knot to rave reviews. Please check him out if you can. I never get a chance to go see him because I'm here Friday nights, of course, for Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C. Friday nights from 7:30 to 10 p.m. So Friday nights are pretty busy in this little corner of the world here.
Very much so.
Yes.
Very much so. I actually went over there on a Friday night once with one of my friends, and we enjoyed listening to his music and just sitting back and listening and having a drink.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, it's funny, we're so fortunate to have the Hop Knot right across the street. I can actually, on Friday nights during Retro Spectrum, I can get up, and if Grant is playing outside, I can actually, while we're doing the show, I can, while there's music playing, I can get up and look out the window and watch him.
This is true.
I wonder if he ever knows. Like, I wonder if he's, if I should ask him sometime if he's outside playing and performing a song, if he ever feels like someone is watching him from one of the windows in a nearby building. Because I would imagine that would be creepy.
Maybe.
But perhaps flattering.
Did you have the windows open Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, you should open the windows. They were paralleling.
Oh no, I kept
that
the windows.
They were climbing down a very large building. You could have heard something, maybe.
Rappelling.
Yeah, rappelling. There we go.
Rappelling down the.
Yeah.
Yes. That's not something I'd be interested in doing.
Don't want to climb off of a perfectly good building.
I have a terrible fear of. I don't have a fear of heights, but I am clumsy. I am not known for my grace and dexterity. So I don't have a fear of heights. Like, I can be in a skyscraper. I've been, I used to, when I was a kid, I would spend the summers in Chicago with my mom, and we would visit downtown Chicago and go up in the big skyscrapers. And I can look out the window of a skyscraper and not be afraid at all and just be amazed and like, wow. But I'm nervous climbing a ladder. Because I'm a klutz. So it's not that I have a fear of heights, but I do have a fear of losing my balance and plunging to my death. I realize
to stay on terra firma.
Yeah, I know the ground would break my fall, but it might also break my skull.
This is true.
So,
it can.
So I shan't be doing the rappelling down the building.
Such a definitive answer.
Yeah, I shan't. I absolutely. And by the way,
nay.
That's I'm trying to bring back that contraction. Because
I like nay.
No one says it anymore. Shan't. And yes, it is a word. If anyone's wondering, it's a contraction for shall not. Well, if you want to sound all fancy about it, you could say shan't.
Shan't.
But
I shan't go with you this evening, darling.
Yes.
No, we shan't go there.
No.
Oh, my darling, what did you do last night?
Was that from a show or something?
I have no idea.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that was.
Well,
I don't know who that was.
Oh,
This happened.
Well, anyway. But, so the Hop Knot, our wonderful sponsor, great food, great service, and a great family that owns and operates it.
Yes.
Also, too, of course, we have Queen City Cabinetry here at WMNH, our friend Mike Pelopita, big supporter of all the shows and of the station here in the historic Sunbeam Mall. There's
after General Sunbeam.
Yes, named after General Sunbeam, the greatest military mind since sliced bread. If only he was alive, we could have sent him to Afghanistan to sort everything out.
God.
But he's long gone, General Sunbeam. Of course, CGI Business Solutions, the OG of WMNH sponsors. They've been here since the beginning. And, of course, Adored Wi-Fi. A couple weeks ago on Monday, Peter White making the announcement. Or Adored Wireless. What is the official?
Wi-Fi.
I want to make sure I get that right.
It's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, yes, there's a... It's actually, I went to grab that. I thought it was a magnet. It's actually, it's just a business card taped to the thing. I don't know why I thought it was a magnet. It's not even a metal bookcase. For those of you just listening, this makes no sense. But yes, Adored Wi-Fi. Yes. Now operating in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Yeah, local company, locally owned.
Yep, very exciting. So
competition.
Things continue to grow here. And, if you're interested in talking to us about sponsorship, shoot me an email, matt@mattconnerton.com. I would love to talk with you.
What do you want to talk with me about?
Well, no, I meant the listeners.
You said you were going to talk with me.
Well, we're talking on the show.
Oh, come on now.
Well, let me give the number again, 603-250-6007. Let's look at the Facebook Live comments, Facebook Live chat comments.
I got to restart you.
I know, right? I need a reboot. So John Hopwood said, you should have Eazy-G's laugh as a loop, and then he clarified, I mean his crying, which makes me laugh.
I don't know why.
Well, there you go.
Stop.
What? He requested
Guys are evil.
Here's the thing. You have to give the people what they want.
No.
And even John Hopwood. John Hopwood is a top fan, by the way, and he was here. He was here yesterday on the show as Agreeable John, which was very nice. Very nice. That's my favorite version of John Hopwood.
He was almost like pontified.
What do you mean?
He was so nice.
He was quite
rolling
agreeable.
Out blessings and wonderful comments.
Yes, absolutely. Agreeable John.
Yes.
Let's see. Charles Richardson is in the Charles Richardson. I'm sorry, he's in the Facebook Live chat.
He's in the Charles Richardson show. You were going to say he was in the show.
In the Charles Richardson show. Well, he is in the Charles Richardson show.
If you're walking around with little people on your computer, we got an issue.
Well, he says, hey, everyone, I might need therapy after last night, LOL. Yes, it was we had a couple of wild shows yesterday.
Yes,
this show was pretty wild, and the Charles Richardson show was even wilder.
And I wasn't there for both of them, so I blame ye.
Right.
Yes,
right.
It's all you.
Jenny, you're in the chat room, of course.
I'm everywhere.
Charles says, by the way, I am working, so no audio, but hope you have a great show. Thank you, Charles.
Can you read my lips, honey?
Texas Mike is in the chat room and says, good afternoon. Let's see. Eazy-G joins us in the Facebook Live chat. He's a top fan. He said, there is a reason he is Crazy Joe. Oh, that's for sure. Shannon McGuire in the chat room says, good afternoon. Miriam Banish, who is a top fan, says, good afternoon. Hello, Miriam. Wayne Noel, who is a top fan all the way from Michigan, says, afternoon all. Abigail Jem also joins us in the chat room, as well as Tom Blanchard. Dirk Don of Arrogant Media said, last night was incredible and I feel refreshed. Hashtag Dirk1. Yes, we will address
absolutely
that. And we have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, I figured it's Eazy-G. I figured it'd be easier just to call in for a few minutes.
Oh,
I got to call one of my doctors. So.
Oh, you're a bit early there, darling.
Close up ship at 5:00.
Close up ship? I've never heard
Well,
of
they leave at 5 o'clock.
They close up ship?
Are you waiting for them to call, or you're planning on calling them?
I called them at 8 o'clock, and they never called back, so I'm going to call back and say, what's going on? Sometimes they forget.
Now, who is this, and will you be using a confrontational tone when you call them?
No. This is a good doctor. So.
Oh, right,
you
right.
Miffy?
What?
I think he's Miffy.
You going to call him back and say, why did you close up ship?
Yeah, well, I don't even speak to the doctor. You speak to the lady that was on the phone, the receptionist.
The receptionist, yes. Right.
Right, but anyways, I thought I'd give you a quick jingle and let you know how what's going on with the artist I try to promote on the radio show.
The what?
Amanda McCarthy?
Yeah, well, Amanda McCarthy, she just got an award for third place for, believe it or not, for Entertainer of the Year a week ago.
I do believe it.
I don't know if the show was online or Zoom or whatever. But anyways, and then she's nominated for the October 17th. I remember she said she was coming back to town for one day, maybe a couple days. She's doing a show. She's doing an award show, but she's nominated for Female Entertainer of the Year.
Excellent. And
you
people
go on our website and vote. Well, you only vote once, apparently. That's the rules.
Vote early and often. That's what I say. Now, I did share that out, by the way, of course, the other day.
Yeah, I noticed that, yeah.
Yes.
And then DJ Midas is up for an award.
DJ Midas, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, something to do with his DJing for the last 100 years.
And he's a new father.
And you know who I also saw up there for an award?
I'm sure he's getting a lot of sleep
Sepsis.
this week. Yeah, right.
Sepsis is up for an award?
Sepsis is on there for an award.
Excellent.
Because I threw them a
and
vote.
then April Cushman's up for Female Entertainer of the Year, so I kind of had to vote for Amanda. So.
Oh, on the morning show, they call her Cushy, I heard, April Cushman.
Right, and then she's up for Country Act of the Year.
Wow.
And then Katie Dobbins is up for Best of New Hampshire.
Wow.
Quite the lineup.
Yeah, so all
That's
the people
awesome.
I try to promote the best I can.
These...
On your I was going to say crazy, they had crazy Joe's on my brain. On your Matt Connarton Unleashed show, so that's my big news. I don't think they're all going to be there October 17th, but maybe not DJ Midas with their new baby. But
so what can
but
we?
I assume all the ladies will be headed down to Boston, so it's going to be exciting.
So what can
Plus,
we?
There's like 100 or 200 other acts that are nominated.
Let us know.
This is not local celebrities. It's like a whole cast of thousands.
Right. So what can we learn from this, Eazy-G? That when you,
I think it's the Eazy-G bump.
When you, but I was going to say, well, yeah, but you bring them on this show, you promote them on this show. So I think you and we can share. I believe that you and I are responsible for all of their success.
Right. Well, speaking of that, Katie Dobbins is going to be on the next report because it might be a hurricane on next Monday, so I don't think that'd be a good idea to come down to the station. So who knows if the station will be on? It's actually could be a bad hurricane.
By the time these hurricanes get here, they're usually downgraded to tropical storms, and I predict rain.
Yeah, well, I'm going to delay my next report till the 30th, and that's going to be the day Katie Dobbins is going to be calling in to on your show at 4:15 to promote what's going on with her.
I don't know.
And a lot of things are going on with her. So
what's going on with her?
You know?
What's going on with her? What? What's going on with her?
She got nominated for Album of the Year, and she won right after she was on your show.
Right after she was on my show.
So
is
it was
that
like a week later. I mean, that's no coincidence.
That's not a coincidence.
But wait, was Easy here when she was?
And she just started to do her full-time career as an artist. She left her job as a teacher, and that was a big step.
You were a big step.
Kudos to Katie Dobbins, and of course Amanda McCarthy, and Katie Dobbins, and April Cushman, and DJ Midas. You know, they really work hard at what they do.
Absolutely.
Yes.
DJ Midas, of course, part of the WMNH family, host of Late Night Delight.
True.
Which you can
that'd
hear
be fun if he was an award.
Every Saturday
That would be
night.
awesome.
And with a replay on Sunday.
You don't need to win awards to him to be so good at what he does, but it would be a bonus, you know.
He was just recently awarded with a new baby.
That's a pretty big award.
Right. Well, that's the biggest award he'll ever get. So.
Right.
I hear it's
saying
a lifetime.
It's all downhill from here.
A lifetime thing.
That's right.
So, anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up of what's going on. So, I got to let you go because I got to call the doctor. He forgot about me. So.
He forgot about you. They must have closed up ship.
So we'll see everybody on the 30th with my good friend Katie Dobbins.
All right. Very good, Eazy-G. Thank you for the call.
Later.
All right. Bye-bye. Wow. Eazy-G. He's quite the Svengali. Is that the correct term, I think?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, that opens up a line for you, 603-250-6007, 250-600-6007. Also, in the Facebook live chat, Texas Mike says, Idiot Joe was great yesterday. Yes, we received a video. There's all these Joes around. There's Crazy Joe. There's Crazy Lou.
Yeah.
There's Idiot Joe. It's quite remarkable.
I know, right?
Stacey Lawton is in the chat room and says, hello, Matt and Jenny, some of the best damn radio personalities in all the damn land. Well, I appreciate that.
Well, damn, that was great.
I don't disagree with you.
I don't either.
Miriam.
Because we practice good rules.
That's right. Miriam says, Bedford kids start back to school a week from today. Wow, already. Jeez.
Yep. So remember, watch out for those school buses. They're going to be out there soon.
John Hopwood in the chat room says, that guy's referring to Crazy Joe, that guy's a psychopath, in my opinion, and I suggest people stay away. He's unhinged. We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hi, this is Mary.
Hey, Mary.
I just want to let Eazy-G know that there are 10 tickets for the Chad game that are hanging out at Bunny's. I just gave them to the clerk, so anybody that wants to collect them, that'll work.
Oh, very good.
Free of charge.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. You should clarify what this is, Mary, for listeners who don't know.
Yeah, I think we had this issue the other day. It's the Chad Battle of the Badges. It's police versus fire. It's a baseball game at Fisher Cat Stadium. It's tomorrow night. They've done a ton of fundraising. They've really had a good fundraising effort. I'm sorry about my environment, guys. So it's great, but there's 10 tickets that are there, absolutely free of charge. If anybody wants to go, I think they're going to definitely, give you guys top seating.
Yeah.
But if Easy wants to go, I know Mike needs 3 tickets.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, very good. And they are at Bunny's, and we do love Bunny's. They're big supporters of WMNH.
They're at Bunny's. They're right at the counter.
All right. Excellent. All right. Very good. All right, Mary. Thank you for the call.
Okay. You take care.
All right.
And just go grab a ticket.
All right. Very good. All right. Thanks,
Okay.
Mary.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Mary was, I don't know was she getting in and out of her car and getting back in and getting out again and getting back in? I'm not sure exactly what was going on there. A lot of dinging.
I think the car was mad at her.
I don't know.
It sounded like it was yelling at her. We're going to get reprimanded by our equipment soon,
Oh, boy. But, yes, those tickets are at Bunny's, and we do love Bunny's, and that's great. John Hopwood in the chat also said, what's really dismaying about that... Oh, actually, we'll hold that thought because we do have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton
Hi,
Unleashed.
it's me.
Oh, hey.
I just wanted to clarify, yes, my car was mad at me because it always is.
Oh.
It's a little Jeep Cherokee, and I've had Jeeps all my life. But, yeah, I just didn't have the seatbelt clipped. It was coming out of the parking garage, so I apologize for that annoying. But, yes, I was not driving and talking.
Okay,
but
good,
that was
good.
the problem.
Well,
definitely go down and get some tickets. If you need more, we can get more, but it's going to be a fun time.
All right, excellent. All right, Mary.
And I got to be Jenny, too. She
Yeah.
seems like a hot ticket.
Yes.
Oh, some people call me that.
Come in and join us on the show sometime.
You're fun. Okay, just head on down. If we need more, I'll just bring down more.
All right, Mary. Very good. Thank you.
Okay, you take care.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Told you her car was mad at her.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad everything's all right.
Yeah.
All right, so John says, what's really dismaying about that human train wreck from last night on Charles Richardson's show is when I listened to Arrogant Media's 2 shows on him, and heard things I didn't. The casual anti-Semitism, talking about a human being and indulging in anti-Semitism with such casualness, in my opinion, that's an indicator this person is dangerous. He may seem like a joke, but to that human train wreck, the racism, the hate is so ingrained, it suggested, in my opinion, psychopathy. I don't know. I mean, Crazy Joe's been at this for a very, very, as we've found looking at his previous quote-unquote work, he's been at this for a very long time.
He just goes from radio show host to radio show host with new hate.
Yeah.
He just goes from one to another. Because didn't you find one that was like 10 years old and Howard Stern?
Yeah, it's the same old stuff with him.
He was going to steal Howard's people.
We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Yeah, I thought I responded to Mary as Eazy-G. I won't be able to make it to the event tomorrow, so.
Oh, okay.
I've already got plans.
Yeah. Remind me to teach you how to text message.
What'd you say, Jenny?
Love you, Easy.
All right. I can't go. Unfortunately, I can't go to every event that I talk about on the radio. So.
Right. Well, you're a busy man.
Yeah, we know.
The more important thing is to get the news out there, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So people can go to the event.
Bigger
so there you go.
keeper.
All right, have a great day.
All right, Eric. Bye-bye. Very good.
That's a new way to use the show.
Yeah. By the way, Wayne Noel in the chat says regarding the rappelling and I said I shan't be doing that. He said it's not the fall that kills you, it's the sudden stop at the end. That's true.
That's not necessarily true.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you can have a heart attack on the way down.
Oh, well.
So you could be dead before you hit the bottom.
Yeah.
Preferably, that would be a good thing. Maybe.
Yeah. By the way, Stacey Lawton in the chat says, but Eazy-G is the best damn thing since ratings through the roof. Yes. We heard all about that yesterday, didn't we?
Still looking for where you find that. Ratings.
Mary LeMay is in the chat room, says hi all. Stacey says, because they're so successful, because of you, Matt, and Eazy-G, their ratings are through the roof. There's a trend here.
Yeah, yes, there is.
Melanie.
The roof.
Melanie.
No. Okay.
Melanie La Liberty in the chat says, one of my friends living in Tampa just posted, people are dropping like flies, not enough ventilators to go around. So stupid.
Where is that, he just said?
That's okay, though, in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right, though. You know, all these people who are refusing to take COVID seriously and then they end up in the hospital on a ventilator, at least they're owning the libs, right?
Yeah, you mean like Alabama ran out of ICU beds today?
Yeah, but they're
like
not...
that kind of thing?
Hey, but at least they're not giving into those commie liberals and acting like there's an actual virus to be concerned about, so there is that.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
And I'm still wondering, okay, I'm going to say this. I know there's people out there that are going to see, told you. What about the kids? What about the kids? We can't do anything but protect them physically. We can't give them a vaccine and reduce their risks. Mm-hmm. Not yet. Why aren't we still protecting them? Why do people not care about protecting them? Why do people want them to go to school and gather in groups and not be allowed to have a mask on? I mean, this is insanity.
Yeah.
This is insanity.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, I'm losing hope for America at this point. I'm losing hope in humanity in America when I see everything that's going on right now.
Well, I mean, as far as COVID, I've just accepted we're stuck with it for the rest of our lives. All we're going to be able to do is...
It's not just COVID.
Protect ourselves and, you know...
It's not just COVID. It's what's going on in Afghanistan.
Oh, of course, yeah.
We noted earlier that I was watching, and like I've said before, I watch international news too, and I'm watching Parliament, who has come back for an emergency session specifically to deal with what's going on in Afghanistan. And both sides of their aisles are on the floor saying we are not going to leave anybody behind that helped the British military. Where is America's Congress? Where are our senators? They're on friggin' vacation. That's where they are. They're out of session for now. They're on their vacation recess. No good reason to come back and maybe vote or do anything. We're just going to watch this. We're going to sit back and watch the worst humanitarian crisis unfold before us. And we're just going to go, not our circus, not our monkeys, and walk away. That's the American attitude. And you wonder why I'm losing hope in American humanity.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll come back to that. Stacy says in the chat, DJ Midas is the DJ with the Midas Touch this weekend. Is the Midas Touch weekend featuring Johnny 5.
Oh, very cool. Good to know.
Let's see. Midas says in the chat, I'll be posting pics of the newborn this evening. We wanted to get out of the hospital before we posted anything online. Oh, very good. Very good.
Awesome. Congratulations, Papa.
Tom Blanchard is in the chat and says, I hope Easy will let the doctor get a word in edgewise. That is true. I wonder. Wonder how that goes. Yeah.
Yeah. How does that? I do wonder about that now.
Oh, doctor. Well, if you'd like to get in with a call,
I only slept for 4 hours, and I wouldn't shut the TV off.
603-250-6007 is a number, 603-250-6007. We
love you, Easy.
We do want to address the what happened last night with Crazy Joe. I know the audience, this is very divisive. I hear from audience members who don't want us to talk about Crazy Joe ever again. I also hear from audience members who actually are genuinely interested. So if you don't like it, come back in 5 minutes. We'll try to keep this brief, but we cannot ignore what happened last night because, we talked about what might happen on the show yesterday and what ended up happening, and it's like I made the reference earlier. I said we had a pretty wild show here yesterday, and we definitely did, but it was even wilder last night on the Charles Richardson show.
And then some. Then some.
Charles had on Crazy Joe, and Charles has kind of approached Crazy Joe in a similar fashion to how I approached him in the beginning, where it's like I saw potential in him, but and in the whole Crazy Joe persona and whatnot, but that's before I knew about the anti-Semitism and the racism and everything. And Charles finally got to experience all of that firsthand last night because Charles, like I did, gave him a chance and had Crazy Joe on. Via, Crazy Joe had his phone set up, so he was on video. The video's been removed from YouTube. From Facebook, rather. Charles ended up taking it down because what happened was, so they were playing this game where Charles would play a little bit of a song, see if Crazy Joe knew what the song was, and but the thing is, and it was going fine, and it was fairly innocuous for a while, although a couple of those I was like, how does Crazy Joe not know what that is? But what inevitably happened is even music is dangerous with Crazy Joe because Crazy Joe will inevitably, if you have a conversation with him about music, where's it going to go? He's going to start talking about how much he hates hip hop. And once he goes down that track, it's highly predictable. Once he goes down that track, eventually you're going to get to the part where he starts talking about how much he hates the people who make hip hop. And then you end up, you always end up in the same place. And so all the racism came out. You called in, I called in, Christian called in, some other folks. Dirk Don was able to call in toward the end. Dirk Don from Arrogant Media to finally confront Crazy Joe on all his threats. Some other people called in as well. Billy Painter, who we've now made friends with online.
Yeah, great guy.
Absolutely. So by the time you get to the end of the show, Crazy Joe is insulting Charles's wife, who was on the show as a co-host, and
that entire tirade, he thought it was me.
Yeah.
He thought he was talking to me, and he was actually talking to Charles's wife.
Yeah.
And even Charles went, "Wait a minute, that's my wife."
Yeah. Oh,
Joe's like, "No, it's not."
Yeah.
He literally told him, "No, it's not."
Yeah. So Charles was so upset, he ended up removing the show from Facebook. So.
Things did get really bad. There was a point where Joe got into the bottom of a barrel. I don't know that anybody knew he could go to. He went to levels of racism and hate that is reminiscent of the 1930s when they were trying to ban interracial marriage.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him for taking it down because that's his name. That's his name. That's his show. And I don't want that I wouldn't want that representing us, and I know he doesn't want it representing him. So the smart thing is to just get rid of it. We exposed a bigot, we exposed a racist. That's important. They do need sunlight, because that's the only way we're going to shut them down.
Right. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, as they say. So another bridge burned by Crazy Joe. And then we come to find out this gentleman, Billy Painter, because he had posted something on Facebook, because he was very upset. He had called in. He revealed on Facebook, and I was hearing about this for the first time. I guess Crazy Joe was supposed to be a guest on Billy's show at some point or something. And then Crazy Joe had a technical question for Billy. And, when Billy couldn't get back to him right away, told him, I'm busy, but I'll get back to you tomorrow to try to help you with this. Something to do with Crazy Joe's website. Crazy Joe melted down on him and started insulting him instead of just saying, "Oh, okay, thank you. I'll talk with you tomorrow." So that's very similar to what happened with me, where it was a Friday night. I was on the air on Paulie C's show, Retro Spectrum Radio. Crazy Joe wanted my help. I couldn't help him at the moment. I was literally on the air in the middle of a show, and that was the beginning of Crazy Joe's melting down on me. So apparently he did the same thing to Billy Painter. Yeah. So I guess this is his MO. And, it is. And we still don't know why years ago he got into that fight with, I still haven't reached out to him. I don't know if I will. Patrick Melton from Nobody Likes Onions. But I assume it was probably the same kind of thing. So there's a pattern here, but he's burned yet another bridge. And every time he burns another bridge, I say, this is probably it. This is probably finally the end of the Crazy Joe saga. I don't know where else it can go from here. But then he finds a way. He finds yet another bridge to burn.
Yeah, but here's the difference, though. We're at the point now where he's banned from Twitter. He's banned from TikTok.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing we didn't get to yet. Yes,
suspended from Facebook
last night. Well,
YouTube channels have gotten taken down. I mean, this.
Well, we got to back up a little bit. So what happened? So what happened last night after Charles' show? Sure enough, true to form, Crazy Joe gets on Twitter and starts posting a video, not only as usual, trashing you and me and Dirk Don and whoever else he can think of. Now he's trashing Charles and his wife.
Yep.
And then
and his kid.
And
his son.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep. He goes in on all of them. And then we wake up this morning and Crazy Joe's Twitter, finally, Crazy Joe's Twitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Crazy Joe's Twitter is gone.
Yes, it is.
And yes, I did steal that from Cenk Uygur for anyone who noticed.
And
I know,
I'm
but
totally cool with you doing that, too, because it was neat.
But,
yes.
Yeah.
But it took a lot of people reporting what he was doing to get it to happen. And that's what I mean by shining light. We can't let these people talk this garbage.
Right.
Because then they get together like cockroaches and grow.
Yeah. Well, that's why I say, too, to people who are sick of us, sick of the Crazy Joe stuff, it's like, this is a political issue, because when we talk about Crazy Joe, we're talking about free speech, we're talking about deplatforming, we're talking about political correctness, we're talking about racism and anti-Semitism and homophobia and transphobia. We're talking about all of that. All of that is is connected here when we talk about this character who has come into our lives, Crazy Joe. But so I don't know where he goes from here. I don't know if there's every time I think it's over, he finds another bridge, which he will ultimately end up burning. And now he's banned from Twitter. Or I don't know, he might just be temporarily suspended. Although, Lord knows, that video he posted last night, I could imagine that resulting in a lifetime ban.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so, with the way that he talks. And this is the kind of crap that fuels these people who will attack somebody because of their race or because of their religion, or it fuels the nut jobs that go into a house of worship and mow people down by this stuff. Like, he was referring to me as the hook nose and talking about my people and what my people take all the money, my people control all the media.
He went in harder than ever on you last night on Charles's show. He said things even further than I'd ever heard him say about you.
Yeah. Well, he's determined. He believes that I went to you and told you that you could no longer work with Joe, and gave you a hand smack like a mommy, and turned around and walked away. And that never even had occurred. But people don't, on Fridays, where you're so busy with the two shows back to back, we usually don't see each other until like 11 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock at night before we see each other, since like before lunch.
Yeah.
Because we both have lives and we both have a lot that we're doing.
Yeah.
And I don't stare at all the different people. I mean, you've got hundreds of people that work with you. I don't sit there and do that.
Yeah.
And we've never been that way. We've always believed in free speech, but we do not, will not, and never will support or entertain bigots and racists and haters that have nothing better to do with their lives than to try and cause other people's death.
Yeah.
Because that's all that, the bottom line, all that hate, all that everything that gets said, it fuels people who kill people because of it.
Absolutely.
If we don't stop it, if we allow that to fester, if we allow somebody like him to say the hateful things that he said, he was saying things about interracial marriage that literally were said on the congressional floor back in the 1930s.
Oh, yeah.
ban interracial marriage.
Oh, even more recently than that. Yeah.
I think that was the last time they tried to amend the United States Constitution, if I'm not mistaken. But I'd have to double check. But I mean, you think those ideas are gone.
Yeah.
You think we've moved past that, right? We're past interracial now. Now everybody's mad about same sex. Oh, we're going to have same sex. Everybody moves on to their next group they want to hate. But here we are, 2021, and we're talking about a guy who hates people for the color of their skin, for how they were born, he's horrifically awful. And the scariest thing about him, and I agree with John Hopwood in that regard, is that he calls to eradicate people. He wants people wiped off the earth.
Yeah.
Or wiped out of our country. And that's not okay. It's not okay now, and I hope to God it's never okay in our futures.
Yeah. Dirk Don in the chat. Oh, by the way, I do want to mention, too, lots of positive feedback on the new Dirk Don segment that we debuted yesterday on the show.
Oh, yeah.
At the top of the hour at 5 o'clock, we debuted his new album review that he's going to do one weekly. He reviewed the new Fear Factory album.
That was awesome. And, I wasn't aware of that. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, absolutely. Dirk says, I absolutely pinned Crazy Joe. What happened needed to be public. Otherwise, calling Crazy Joe's stuff would not have, calling Crazy Joe's bluff would not have mattered. And when we refer to Crazy Joe's bluff, that's, Crazy Joe was threatening to sue Dirk Don and whatnot.
Right. But I don't think he knew what the definition of character was.
Yeah.
I say that sarcastically.
Definition of character, yeah.
Because that's what Joe was threatening to sue you for, definition of character.
Yes, definition of character and copyright infringement.
But he did not know what fair use meant.
Nope, he had no clue.
He had no clue what fair use was at all.
Dirk says, if Crazy Joe goes on OnlyFans, I will pay for it. Well, Crazy Joe did have his shirt off in that video last night, which has now been removed since he got his Twitter taken down.
I think he had his knickers in such a twist over Charles' show that he was like changing his shirt because everybody was picking on him for his 1980s do. So I think that's why he was trying to change his shirt.
Yeah.
But then he goes on camera and he's like, he's got his head through a hole, which I think was the head of the hole of the shirt. One arm is through one way, nothing. The other arm got nothing on. It's like a cape on that side. And he's just plops in front of this computer and he's like this. Who does this? This is not show. This is not fun. This is not entertaining. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
This is disgusting. Get away from me.
Paulie C from Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C says, you're talking about a moron. Well, yeah, we knew that. Stacy Lawton says, all of that transphobic bull. I don't like it. I don't like transphobic people. Crazy Joe got to go. I don't like transphobic people in a cave. I don't like transphobic people on the streets. Oh, she didn't go quite where I thought she was going. I don't like transphobic people anywhere, and I don't like transphobic people here or anywhere. Okay, she was going.
She was
with
going
that
there.
I thought,
she was a good style. Yeah.
When people tear people down, like our friends who are Jewish, our friends who are LGBT, it hurts my soul. Absolutely. Dirk Don says racism is a product of human evolution, and that needs to be acknowledged, not in spite of it, because not in spite of it being harmful, because it is harmful. Paulie C says, actually, he didn't get kicked off Twitter. His parents grounded him for 2 weeks and made him delete all of his social media. Well,
I think he really is in his parents' basement, though. Because he did make a reference, and then you look at the room, and it's like, yeah, that really does make sense. And he seemed a little put off when I tell him to knock on the floor for Mom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, he claims, though, with his living situation, he does complain about his neighbors a lot. His neighbors are of a different ethnicity, of course. Otherwise, I have a feeling he would not be complaining about them. So, as I always say, though, that probably concludes the Crazy Joe saga. But I'm sure he'll find another bridge to burn. And
somewhere along the line in his long list of burdens.
It is remarkable. Now, speaking of OnlyFans, by the way, because OnlyFans came up yesterday on the show because one of our callers who so greatly adores John Hopwood, I think it suggested that John Hopwood get an OnlyFans account. And happen to see this. This showed up on Bloomberg.com. OnlyFans to bar sexually explicit videos beginning in October. Are you familiar with OnlyFans?
Yes.
Okay, I only came to know about it within the last year.
Well, me too. And for the most part, I only really recently checked it out because I just had to see for myself about Giuliani.
Oh, is he on OnlyFans?
Yeah, I think he's on OnlyFans now. Yeah, he's got to make money somehow. He can't be a lawyer anymore.
Oh, no, you're talking about Cameo.
Oh, but I thought OnlyFans and Cameo were the same thing.
No, OnlyFans OnlyFans is a site, and I've never been to the site, but apparently it's for people use it to post photos of themselves that are explicit or explicit content that quote unquote OnlyFans would be interested in paying for.
Oh, it's a naughty site.
I guess it can be. Not actual pornography necessarily, but just I don't know.
Porn?
I guess
HBO porn?
I don't know. The article probably explains it better. So it says here, and like I said, I only bring this up because it came up yesterday when John Hopwood was here, and then Dirk Don mentions it in the chat room. OnlyFans is getting out of the pornography business, it says. Starting in October, the company will prohibit creators from posting material with sexually explicit conduct on its website, which many sex workers use to sell fans explicit content. They'll still be allowed to put up nude photos and videos, provided they're consistent with OnlyFans policy. The popularity of the social media service exploded during the pandemic as sex workers, musicians, and online influencers, so there's all kinds of people on it, used it to charge fans for exclusive access to photos, videos, and other material. OnlyFans has attracted more than 130 million users. Almost sounds like an edgier Patreon.
Maybe I should put you up on there.
Oh, my God. Well, not without my consent.
I could put you up on there. I mean, I'm really good at taking pictures.
How dare you?
I could get a shout of you in the shower.
I am quite modest, and I have a lot of body hair. That popularity also brought with it...
show butt.
Oh, no.
Maddie, show butt.
That popularity also brought with it additional scrutiny, and OnlyFans is positioning itself as a forum for musicians, fitness instructors, and chefs, more than sex workers. While many of its most popular creators post videos of themselves engaging in sexual behavior, several mainstream celebrities like Bella Thorne, Cardi B, and Tyga have also set up accounts. The changes are needed because of mounting pressure from banking partners and payment providers, according to the company. This is the part that I'm interested in the most, the business end. OnlyFans is trying to raise money from outside investors at a valuation of more than $1 billion. OnlyFans said, quote, "In order to ensure the long-term sustainability of our platform and continue to host an inclusive community of creators and fans, we must evolve our content guidelines," unquote. The company is run by its founder, Tim Stokely, and owned by Leonid Radvinsky, an internet entrepreneur. The company has been praised for giving sex workers a safer place to do their jobs, but sex work still has a stigma. The company... By the way, for the record, I think that should all be legal. The company handled more than $2 billion in sales last year and is on pace to generate more than double that this year. It keeps 20% of that figure. Well, it keeps a big chunk. OnlyFans said it will provide more guidance on its policy at a later date. So there you go.
Sounds like they're trying to make themselves more fiscally stable.
Well, it's part of what is so interesting to me about this is, I discuss on the show, and again, this is one of the reasons why we talk about someone like Crazy Joe. Not that I want to bring him back into the discussion, but again, this is all connected. Content creation and the rules around it, we talk about that a lot in this world of, these companies and their policies and what they will allow and will not allow on their platforms. And, there is a business concern, obviously, of OnlyFans. If they're trying to bring in mainstream investment to grow their company, then they have to make decisions as they go about what they will and will not allow for content. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Connarton, show ass.
Oh, no. Not until...
Yeah.
If we get...
No, this is Dirk.
I was going to say, if we can get John Hopwood to do it, I'll do it. But I will not be the first. What's going on, Dirk?
Hey, yeah. So I'm very invested in what's going on with OnlyFans here, and the big reason I am is because I'm an advocate for healthy and safe sex work.
Mm-hmm.
And OnlyFans would not be where it is right now if it was not for sex workers.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're doing is they're trying to take the very foundation that made them, as powerful as they are, and telling them to heck off.
Right.
So this is going to be affecting a lot of people, and in fact, some of the highest earning people that are in OnlyFans are going to be hit by this. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to get a mass drop in users overall, that OnlyFans is going to be scrambling to try to pick back up, because this is what they're known for. They're known for the sex work.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long it's going to be till I get something out, but I am actually in the talks with someone who has been doing OnlyFans for quite some time, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to interview people that are affected by this who do sex work.
Okay. Now,
are you expecting somebody else to step in and take over in that regard? Like, do you think another company will just go, okay, we'll take that?
Well, here's the thing. So Pornhub got hit pretty majorly hard, mostly by propaganda that led to companies like Visa and PayPal wanting to be taken off as a method of being able to make a transaction. So if somebody else tries to step up, I have no idea how long it's going to be before something happens.
Ah.
Yeah.
They're getting shut
it's all
out
coming
fiscally
from the stigma of this work.
Right.
Right, exactly. And, I'm sure as a libertarian, Dirk, you believe that this should all just be legal anyway, right? Because it's like, it's like fireworks laws. They're different in every state, and no one knows what the hell the laws are. But I mean, it should all be legal, right? It's all no victim consensual stuff to begin with, right?
If it was my way, then prostitution would be legal.
Yeah. People.
There has to be safeguards to protect kids and protect trafficking.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There are areas that need to be protected. But if we did legalize, and then there would be health standards, then, there would be safety standards. There would be things that would be more protective. So those that do choose that work to make money can.
Right.
And those who choose to take of those services do. And maybe there's some kind of background check system to protect both sides of the coin. I mean, legalization could actually make the entire thing a lot safer.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. I want to mention, too, John Hopwood is saying in the chat, Eazy-G says that there is I Want Clips online store and clips for sale. Yes, you can use that for purchasing clips and videos if you wanted to, but something special about OnlyFans was that it's able to allow sex workers and the people that want to join to have it's a bit of weird symbiotic relationship, but that's one of the key things about it. Like, you're able to interact with the person you were subscribed to.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Now, do you think it's possible, Dirk, that this will actually pay off, though, for OnlyFans in the long run? Because maybe, obviously they're going to lose, as you say, this is what they were known for, what they are known for. But is it possible that there's a lot of other people, maybe major celebrities even, who want to be on a site like OnlyFans if it's a little more, generally acceptable? I'm not sure quite the right word, but you understand what I'm saying. Is it possible that this will pay off? Yeah, they're going to lose some people, but they'll also gain some people in terms of a more mainstream audience and in terms of building up the site.
But is the reason for the change that, or is the reason for the change fiscal in that, what he was saying, PayPal and MasterCard are saying we don't want to use our services or what have you to pay for it? Is it that? Is it the fiscal or is it the people?
It's fiscal, and it's very short-sighted fiscal. Tumblr is another good example. Tumblr used to be a site where a lot of people would use it to post whatever porn they wanted to. And once Tumblr took out the ability for posting not safe for work content like that, the value of it shrunk.
Okay.
And they're not going to be climbing back out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it sounds like they're getting squeezed in a way, in the sense that whatever they may or may not want to do, maybe they don't want to make a change. If people can't pay for the service using the standard payment methods that most people use, that hurts them too. It just seems like they're in a rock and a hard place. They want to do business, but they're having trouble being able to fiscally do business unless they give into the pressure and make changes.
Well, it's the same thing that happens to people in the cannabis industry, right? When you're in the cannabis industry and you're engaged in something that might be legal in your state but is still federally illegal, then you have some of these levers in terms of payment processing and banking.
That's still an issue.
Those are shut off to you. So it sounds like it's kind of OnlyFans finds themselves in somewhat of a similar situation, I suppose.
Well, I think it's more of an optics thing. So fiscally, they are affected by their optics. What I mean is that, to give an example, GoDaddy used to be a company that was known for their risque and over-the-top advertising. But then they changed all of that eventually, dropping any kind of risque or sexy sort of advertising. Because they wanted to promote the image that they're there for businesses. So it's sort of a way to clean themselves up, so to speak, to attract more people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it looks like this is the course that they're taking.
Yeah.
Well, so you're going to have you're going to try to book some of these people who are going to be. I mean, I would assume, you'll be able to interview some of these folks who are going to be leaving the platform, because if they are moving to a new platform, they're going to be wanting to get out there and be appearing on shows like yours to promote where they're going. Which leads me to wonder, I mean, is OnlyFans going to, I would assume there wouldn't be any restriction on some of these people who are active on OnlyFans promoting on OnlyFans where they're going when they leave the platform, right? I mean, hopefully OnlyFans isn't going to restrict them from doing that. I wouldn't think they would.
Well, OnlyFans is more of the destination, and the avenues that people are using to draw to their OnlyFans are places like Twitter and Reddit.
Yeah.
So this person I'm in talks with right now, she's already down for doing a discussion. So I just have to schedule the time for it, and she's great. I can't wait to talk to her.
Yeah.
Because she's been very vocal about what's going on and how much of a hit you get if you from OnlyFans taking a cut. But either way, though, I'll just give updates through my ends of things of what I'm posting, though.
Yeah, excellent. All right. And Dirk, while you're on the line, anything you wanted to say regarding our old buddy CJ? I don't know if you wanted to comment on that.
I love that.
Dirk won.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Hashtag Dirk won. But
all right, it's top of the hour. I'll let you guys go.
All right, Dirk. Thank you so much for the call, my friend.
Yeah, see ya.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that's Dirk Don of Arrogant Media. Please make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. They've got a couple thousand subscribers at least, and it continues to grow. They do great work. Dirk does great work. Of course, we now carry his weekly segment here, Wednesdays at the top of the hour, halfway through the show. His new album review. If you missed it, you can go back and check out yesterday's show. Plus, I think he has it posted separately also on the Arrogant Media YouTube. But we like Dirk very much. Great guy. And we have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hold on, I forgot what my OnlyFans handle is.
Oh, did you lose your password?
Wait, Hoppy actually set up an OnlyFans
Wow.
page?
I'm setting up a OnlyFans account as we speak.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
And what can we anticipate are going to be on your channel?
Oh, I bet there's...
The thing is, it says it might take months, though, I think Eazy-G's what they call off-steered me.
Oh, boy. Well, I know Brandon from Portland will be very excited to see your OnlyFans when it is set up.
I thought it was Maine.
Yeah, but
Portland.
it would take months.
Portland somewhere. It could. Well, it could.
Do you not have months? What's going on, man?
Yeah. So what if it takes months?
I want it now.
You want it now?
Well, don't we all?
Oh, really? Let's go.
Instant gratification. That's what people like. It's that kind of world.
Well, I tell you, I found out everything I know about the modern porn industry. Listen to MCU. For that, I'm going to go back to trying to a suggestion for my OnlyFans handle are welcome. Adios.
All right, bye-bye.
He's going to show us his bum.
Wow.
Hoppy's going to show bum.
Okay.
Hoppy show bum.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We are past the top of the hour, so let's do that, and then we will be back. We'll play a little something, show some love to our sponsors. And hour number 2, Matt Connarton Unleashed, coming up. Don't go away.
They come here to gang up on me.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. Streaming at WMNHradio.org and on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options worldwide and social media links and contact info and show archives, etc. Hello to our friends at Raw Talk Online and Tomorrow Radio. Today is Thursday, August 19, 2021. Jenny is here as well at the news desk.
You sounded like you didn't, I think your hairball remedy is working.
Oh.
Because when you said that, org, you didn't sound like you were hacking up a hairball.
Oh.
So it must have been working.
That's a big relief.
Maybe, did you like the tuna flavor, or do we get you beef next time?
Oh, that's disgusting. You know I don't like the wet food.
Oh, yeah, nummy.
Ugh.
The little pieces.
Ugh, that's
now
so
it's
gross.
gooiness.
But speaking about food, we are proudly sponsored by the Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan at 1000 Elm Street, right across the street. They have delicious gourmet pretzels. They have craft beer. Trivia night is not happening tonight, just so you know. For the next couple of weeks, I guess Bill Cini is on vacation, but he will be back. But Friday nights, they have the great Grant Lampton performing there live, as he does every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. He's doing a residency there, and so we love that. We get to see him Tuesdays here for his weekly Tweakonomics segment as Mike Sudderth. But on Fridays, he becomes Grant Lampton at the Hop Knot performing live. So please continue to support our wonderful sponsor, as we know many of you do. If you'd like to give us a call, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. And, of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. But best thing to do is give us a call, 603-250-6007. Don't wait until the last minute, by the way, because there's another live show happening right after us here at WMNH, of course. It is Thursday, which means we are followed by the weekly Die-On, hosted by Ben Die-On and his father, Daryl Die-On, and that is live coming up at 6 p.m. We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hi, Matt. Hi, Jenny. This is Ron.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Ron. How you doing?
Good. I was bumming. I'm listening to your show, and I missed yesterday's show because Family Matters just couldn't be there. And I was like, son of a gun. It sounds like it was going to be a good one. So, but, I mean, it sounds like it was a good one. I missed out. Today has been a good show so far. But I just wanted to say two things that are kind of totally non-political and off-topic. They're good stories.
Oh, great. Let's have them.
Yeah. I was listening as I was cruising down the road. A woman in Michigan was on a beach, and she took off her hat and put it down beside her and took off her wedding ring, quite valuable actually, and put it on the hat. And then at some time or other, she decided to get up, and she saw a beetle on her hat. So she kind of flung it and shooed it off, and then realized, oh, my God, my ring, So couldn't find the ring. People with metal detectors came by, or somebody along the way, couldn't find the ring. And then she went back to the police and reported it. Well, the cops or the police behind the counter said, we have a drug-sniffing dog, and along with the ability to sniff out drugs, human scent is what he's trained in. So they went back to the area, and the police cornered it off, that one little area, and the dog smelt the hat and smelt her, went out there, and lo and behold, he found that ring.
Wow.
No kidding.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I like
no
a
kidding.
happy ending.
And in the end, the dog all he wanted was that sloppy, slimy ball and a pat on the head.
That's great, and it's cool too that the police were willing to do that.
Get involved, get involved.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I wanted to talk about, because you were talking about wet food and how gross it is, I just had this conversation with someone yesterday. I can watch anything on TV, all the medical shows, everything they got. It's interesting. But I can't even watch the headlines for that Dr. Pimple Popper. That is the grossest. I can't even watch the headlines. I have to flip the channel, look the other way. Can't handle that.
Wouldn't be for me.
Some
Wouldn't be
people
for
are
me.
very fascinated by popping pimples.
Yeah, not me. I'm with you,
Yeah,
Ron.
heck,
Watching
that's
a
gross.
long, strilly string of cheesy-like substance.
We don't need to.
ooze.
No, thank you.
Well,
No.
Or
when I
shootout.
was a little kid, my mother used to whip out her wedding ring, and she used to go after my blackheads. And I'm just a little kid, and I'm saying to myself, holy Christ, you're killing me. What are you doing? Leave the thing, I'll get it myself later.
Wow, yeah. Ew, jeez. Jeepers. Well, all right.
Yeah, that's it, guys. I wanted to tell you about the ring, and
Yeah.
I had to say how gross that show was. Not even 2 seconds. To think about it right now, I'm curdling.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I'll tell you stories on the way
Alrighty.
home, Maddie.
No. All right, Ron, thank you for the call.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, Ron leaves us. That opens up a line for you, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. By the way, in the Facebook live chat, Eric Street, who is a top fan, says he checked out some of the video referring to Crazy Joe, and he said he reads at a college level, but he can't even say your name right.
This is true.
That's true. What does he call me, Matt?
Comington.
Comington.
I thought it was Comington, and then I thought it was Calmington.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, not quite sure. But it always comes out weird.
Yes.
Never correct.
Yes, it does.
Kind of like definition of character.
That's right. Yes. Definition of character.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And, what was that other one there? Copyright?
Copyright infringement.
Infringement.
Yes.
Infringement.
Which I don't know. I don't think that's an actual legal term.
Not to be confused with what? Informing? No. Infusion? No. Yeah, see? I'm not up to his level.
Our friend Ricky Litwinkowich is in the chat room from Pain Train Pipe Bomb. Hello, Ricky, from New York City. Paul Cormier.
A New Yorker who's nice.
Yes, that's right. I mean, he claims to be a real New Yorker.
Who does? Ricky?
Ricky, yeah.
Born and raised?
Yeah,
New Yorkers know the truth.
That's what he says. Yeah.
Oy vey.
Paulie C, by the way, suggested because John Hopwood was trying to come up with a name for and handle for his OnlyFans account. Paulie C suggested Hotwood.
I like that.
Yes,
that's a good one. It's gonna ring.
That's right.
Hotwood.
Yes, it does.
Check him out at the Hobnobbin.
That's right. That's what Crazy Joe calls the Hopknot. The Hobnobbin.
The Hobnobbin.
Right.
That would actually make a really cool name to change it to for like Halloween.
Oh.
Just saying.
Sure. Yeah. We have a call. We'll grab this.
I'm waiting.
By the way, Shannon apparently in the chat room says she likes that show that Ron objects to. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
It's Ricky. What's up, everybody?
Hey! Ricky Litwinkowich, how are you?
It's warm outside, but staying in the air conditioning.
Good.
So I did put a comment in the chat, by the way. Stuck in the dungeon.
Yeah, what's that?
Okay, so officially as of Tuesday, our lovely mayor has now passed some type of bill that non-vaccinated people are not allowed to go certain places.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the mandate, yes.
Yep.
Yes. So amongst all of that, I actually have not gotten my vaccination yet. And it's for multiple personal reasons, but looks like I'll have a lot more time home in the studio.
Oh, it sounds like it. Yeah.
I object to the mandate. I personally object to the mandate. I think it should be left up to each individual business. If you want to say you're not vaccinated, you can't come in, you have every right to. Just like you can say no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Well, here's my thing about it is that now that they put this whole mandate in, but now after they had opened everything up and they had either sectioned off areas for people who were non-vaccinated, or now it was like, especially at like sporting events, they at some point opened the stadium up whether you were vaccinated or not, and everybody was sitting amongst themselves. So now you've pretty much decided to say, hey, that these people that have chosen not to get the vaccination are not really permitted to either go out to eat or enjoy themselves or do
not
things
having
where
much
you have
sympathy,
to be,
buddy.
You know,
I'm not having a whole lot of sympathy. I'm sorry. I'm just not. The hospitals are full of unvaccinated people, and 9 out of 10 people spreading it is unvaccinated. So I'm sorry. I love you with all my heart and soul, but I'm sorry. I do not feel bad if an unvaccinated soul has to stay to themselves because they could potentially be carrying around the plague.
You don't agree with the mandates, though.
I don't agree with the mandate.
Well, believe it or not, actually, I'm okay with the deal, to be honest.
You're okay with the mandate?
I'm okay with that. I just really kind of think, though, that now that in certain spots, they're pretty much bribing people to go do it. And I think that's kind of a little extreme in itself.
Oh, yeah. I know. I don't like the bribery tactics. I think it's stupid. I really do. I mean, although the people that are falling with it, maybe their mentality is a 13-year-old. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with bribing people. You should want to do it because you're smart enough to want to live. It's that simple. You want to live? If you get this thing, get the vaccine. I mean, geez. I feel like we make things worse.
Well, what is the mandate exactly? I don't, because I'm not clear on that in New York.
Okay, so the mandate is that it's anything entertainment, gyms, like bowling alleys, sporting events, etc. You have to have at least proof of having at least the first shot of the vaccine to actually go in as a patron. All of the businesses' employees are now pretty much forced to have everybody with the vaccine, whether it be one shot or fully vaccinated. Multiple business owners, in fact, as of Tuesday, have actually sued the city of New York, feeling that it's a privately owned business. It's their choice of what they really want to do with anything going on with the vaccine. And top it all off, if they I think it's the Board of Health, or I'm not exactly sure which part of the city organizations that are doing it, but they are going around to the businesses randomly, and they're doing checks within the businesses to see whether, A, the employees of the business are vaccinated, or they have patrons that are in the businesses that are vaccinated or not.
I don't like that.
If a business doesn't have that pure layout, they're getting fined $5,000 each time for every case being caught.
This is insanity. This is going to hurt the small. These businesses have been hurting enough. They're starting to get out of the red. People are coming back out and shopping, and you're just making their lives worse by doing this. And this isn't going to get people to vaccinate. You don't get people to say yes to a vaccine by being this ridiculous. And you're going to show me your papers. All right, you can come in. No, I don't agree with the mandate at all. I believe a company should have a choice. If you want to put a sign up that says you can't be coming in here if you're not vaccinated, you have every right. Every right. And I get the right to choose that I'm going to go near your store or not. but I don't believe the government should be doing this mandate. I don't believe it's correct. And it doesn't take into consideration outlying factors. There are people who can't get vaccinated. There are some people who have allergies that literally prevent them from getting it. So what do you do with those people? You do have to have some kind of, there's got to be some leeway here. It's not all or nothing. It can't be all or nothing. It doesn't work. This is frustrating.
Well, it was actually funny though, because we do kind of like a late night grocery shop, and Melissa had actually gotten her shot last week on Wednesday. But as we're walking through the store, knowing the fact that this past Tuesday the mandate was supposed to start, that even the management was going over the loudspeaker and saying that regardless of whether you had your shot or not, you were still required to wear a mask. And at some point here, they had said, hey, well, guess what? You know what? We're lifting this ban on not being forced to wear masks. Is that your choice? Obviously, you're taking your life into your own hands. But then they had said, well, guess what? Like, the employees now are mandated back to wearing those masks, vaccinated or not. And there was like people walking around the store with no masks
but that's
on.
apples and oranges.
Like, wow, you know.
It's apples and oranges.
I'm wearing mine.
Masking and
I'm going to wear, even if I got the vaccine or whatever, I'm still probably going to wear the mask. But it's just funny how a lot of people got called out on it because they were walking around with none, and all the employees that were mandated to do it.
I don't
know.
My comment on that is that I think the two subjects are different. Requirement of a mask and requirement of a vaccine are two different things. Mandating masks for inside services because we know that winter's coming and we know that illnesses are going to be even worse and we don't have this thing 100% under control makes sense. It makes logical sense. It makes scientific sense. But mandating somebody to shoot something into their body without their 100% consent, that's hot on me. As much as I want to see everybody vaccinated, I don't know, Maddie. Are you on the other side of the coin for this one?
I'm kind of exhausted by it all. I'm just so I've kind of given up in the sense that at this point I accept COVID is with us forever. We're never as a country going to be able to do what we should have been able to do to defeat it because we live in the United States of anti-science. And as long as I can continue to protect myself and you can protect yourself with vaccines and being smart and being around smart people, that's all we can do. But this is the United States of anti-science, and people would rather get medical advice from YouTube videos and Facebook memes than talking to their doctors. That's just the country that we live in. I accept it, and I've just kind of given up. I'm kind of at peace with it. ICU beds, hospitals are filling up in the South because of the unvaccinated. That's how they want it. They think they're owning the libs by getting sick and dying. Have at it, Haas. I've just kind of given up. That's it. That's all I have to say on it. Ricky, I don't know if you want to respond to any of that, but I've given up. I've given up.
Well, I look at it this way, and there's tons of different arguments about this.
Yeah, I know.
For once, I'm actually having an adult conversation, which is crazy. But I'm just going to fail to mention that because on my shows there are no adult conversations.
Yeah.
You know what? Like I kind of look at it this way. Regardless of whether you have it or you don't, and it's obviously been it's been shown on the bigger stages, so to speak. I don't want to talk about the normal people, for example, but professional athletes are getting vaccinated and they're still getting it.
Yeah, right, Ricky. You can have the vaccine and still get it and still transmit it. That's not the point. The vaccine isn't to keep you from getting it. The vaccine is to keep you from ending up in the hospital with it or ending up on a ventilator or dying or transmitting it to someone who might.
But I also look at it as the point of if professional athletes, for example, recently I know people up in the Westchester area, New Hampshire, Maine, whatever. They don't like to hear it. But for example, like the New York Yankees just got hit with, I think it was 7 or 8 cases in the last 3 weeks. And these are guys that all went out and got it done. They can't go to work for 2-3 weeks at a clip now.
These are guys that travel all the time, though. They're higher exposure rates.
Exactly the point. And those are they're amongst 40.
Right, but they're not going to die.
People.
But they're not going to be dead. They're not going to be dead. Yeah, they got it, but they're getting milder cases or asymptomatic cases that they're not even like needing to be in a hospital. That's the difference. If they had been unvaccinated, exposed, and got that, they very well could be struggling to breathe in a hospital and hoping not to get on a ventilator. That's the difference. I'm with Matt on supporting the vaccines. I really think that everybody who should can get a vaccine should be vaccinated. And that's the vast majority of us. I really believe that that's how we slow down the death rate.
Well, the unfortunate thing is here, like I said in the beginning, like it should be really somebody's choice of whether to get it or not. But the way that they're kind of handling it here with forcing people to go get it, only so you can go to dinner or you can go to a ball game or go to a gym, I just think that's still kind of a little extreme.
I think it might be. I can't, I don't have the energy to argue it one way or another. I'm exhausted by it all. I meant what I said. I've just kind of given up. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I talk about COVID less lately. I've given up on my country. We live in the United States of anti-science, and that's just the way it is. And people will use, I've talked to so many people who are like, well, I'm not going to get vaccinated because of this reason or that reason. Oh, well, what does your doctor say? Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask my doctor. It's like, when I hear that, and I've heard that over and over and over again from people, it's like, oh, yeah, I did this research. I found this website that says I shouldn't get vaccinated. Okay, well, what does your doctor say? Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask my doctor. It's like, all right, I give up. You're all on your own. I got my shots. I'm going to get my booster when it's time. The rest of y'all, you're all on your own. Do what you want. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I'm done caring. Everybody can get sick and die. If that's what you want to do, you take the risk. Whatever. Go for it. Have fun. And at least, then you can't get upset that, some commie Democrat told you to go get a vaccine that you don't really want. But fine. You do you. I'm just done with it. This isn't directed at you, Ricky. Please understand. This is directed at, just kind of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it personally.
No, I totally agree with you on that, but I wanted to give you guys the update. I haven't been able to call in a while.
Yeah.
And let you guys kind of know what's going on here. And, to me, it's like just one big Three Stooges episode. Like, everybody's going to just go do what they want and smack each other up. And, it's just that kind of insanity at this point.
I wish people took as much interest in the medications that they take on a regular basis, the foods that they eat, the things that they drink on a regular basis as they do this vaccine. They'll go to the ends of the earth to find something about this vaccine that goes, well, we don't know what this might have the long-term effect of. Well, what's the long-term effect of the fact that you don't take your meds correctly and your blood sugar's through the roof? Or, people don't care about themselves that much unless there's a political thing attached to it. If you're for the vaccine, you're anti-Trump. If you're not with the vaccine, you're for Trump. Even though it came out while Trump was in office and he helped pay for it to come out into office. It mind boggles me that this thing, people will nickel and dime and whittle it down to the tiniest little thing. But I bet you $1 million that the vast majority of people do not know the contraindications of the medications they're on, or what medications should be taken with certain foods or certain supplements, and how you can mess it all up, or how you can kill yourself with your meds if you don't pay attention to them right, or that this med has caused cancer in somebody, or that med has caused something in somebody. If you literally never took anything that ever caused a negative thing in somebody else's body in science, you would literally never take a medication. You probably wouldn't even bother drinking the air or breathing the air. Sorry.
Well, a slight little rebuttal to that. Actually, over the last 18 months, I actually have been starting to pay attention to different things. Especially like the things I've been drinking or the things I've been eating.
I don't mean you
specifically.
Stuff like
that.
I mean in general, people in general.
Yeah, but I have just been doing just the general things, and because I did that, I can officially say I have lost 51 pounds.
Oh, good!
Congratulations!
Good for you. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
And I hate to say it, but because everything happened, it was like my alternative to not being able to go and exercise the way I do or do the things that I was able to do before everything had started. So it was pretty much more of my compensation to try to just keep myself a lot more healthier.
Yeah.
What a healthy way to get through
I'm
this.
I'm actually glad that you pointed that out, Jenny, because I can actually say that I've been keeping an eye on those things, and it's made me feel a little bit better. I'm a little bit better physically than I was before. No back pain, no knee pain.
Good.
That's awesome.
Etc. So
no,
I'm glad that you did point that out.
That's great.
No, congratulations. And you know what? I'm good. I'm glad that this has brought out a positive in for you that you are taking a closer look at things. And for some people, that has been what has happened in being silent and not being able to be with each other. A little more inward turning doesn't hurt any of us. But when I said that, please don't take offense. I don't mean it directly at you, but people in general seem to think they know all the science over this vaccine if they find one little article, but they don't know what they do every day and what they take every day from Adam. And it's such a contradiction. It's frustrating for me.
Well, I just wanted to keep you guys a little bit updated. I, again, thank you guys for the time and all the help that you guys have given me over the last few years. You guys are definitely family. I love you both.
Thank you, Ricky. Same.
I'll leave you guys with that so you guys can finish up the show.
Hey, Ricky, though, before you go, give Pain Train Pipe Bomb a plug. Give the show a plug.
Well, we have Pain Train Pipe Bomb tonight at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And then we're doing an actual special event on Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are, this is up your alley, Matt.
Yeah.
Pre-shows, SummerSlam 2021, the actual few hours before the SummerSlam event happens.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Ooh.
Cool. All right. Outstanding.
So we have a whole bunch of shows coming up this week.
Very good. Very good. You're going to be busy. That's great. All right, Ricky, thank you so much for the call, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, well, that opens up a line for you, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. Our friend Ricky Litwinkowich from New York. You know how long it took me to learn to say his name correctly?
A long time. I do know how long because I got to hear it when he didn't say it right,
By the way, speaking of saying things correctly, Miriam in the chat room was commenting on how Crazy Joe says the word derogatory.
Derogatory.
And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, and I'm not saying that in a bad way.
Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, Matt, Ron again. I'll make this brief because I'm really, this is one of those subjects that you're not right or you're not wrong per se, but the draft was things that it involved people giving up what their freedoms were, but for the freedom of all of America. And they went to war. Some came home, some didn't. But it was, united we stand as a country to make it the way it is. And I just kind of think that it's everybody's civic duty to have the vaccine. I know people have died from it, and that's how. What else can I say? That's awful.
Very few.
But I just think more people will die from not having it.
Yes.
I just feel it's a civic duty, and it should be done. But it's one of those questions. Like abortion, well, who's right, who's wrong? That was my opinion. I just think everybody.
I agree.
Has civic duty to do it.
I think you're correct, Ron. I absolutely agree. I mean, my position is, if you talk to your doctor and your doctor says I have a concern about you getting vaccinated, don't get vaccinated.
Absolutely.
But that's kind of it. that literally is the reason. That should be the exception.
Government mandate, too far.
Yeah.
Government mandating the shot is too far in my book.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I do agree it's a civic duty. I don't agree with force.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I'm with you, Ron.
Oh, all righty.
All right, Ron. Thanks for the call. Bye-bye.
Bye.
By the way, Ricky in the chat room says, I hope I didn't stir the pot a lot. No, stirring the pot's good, Ricky. Stirring the pot's a good thing. You know that from you're in radio. You know that. You gotta stir the pot. Plus, people like it. Listeners, I hear all the time, they like it when I get worked up. Although I don't know if
I like it sometimes when you get worked
although
up.
I don't know if throwing my hands in the air and saying I give up, I don't know if that's necessarily the same thing. I think people like it more when I get angry and passionate instead of more the defeatist thing. But anyway, that is how I feel though currently. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
A disagreeable veteran.
Oh, yes, a disagreeable veteran.
Who's this clown going on about the draft?
He's not a clown. That's our friend Ron.
Ron who?
It's Ron. Ron. You know Ron. Ron.
Ron who? I hope if it's a sponsor, I'll shut up.
No, he's not a sponsor. He's our friend.
He's a very good friend of the show. I like him lots.
He's a friend of the show.
Draft? The draft? A guy calls in and defends the draft? What world does this guy come from?
I don't think he was defending the draft.
He didn't defend the draft.
Because after 1942, the middle of 1942, people weren't enlisting. So they went after people up to 44 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, the draft in Vietnam, they lowered because Lyndon Johnson and the military-industrial complex decided that the middle class, the new middle class, created by the New Deal and the Fair Deal of FDR and Truman, why those deers, if they went to college, didn't have to go. And it would be working class people and Latinos and blacks that would bear the burden. They lowered the standard to borderline mental retarded, to hoover up everybody, vacuum up everybody. The draft is an obscenity.
Agreed.
But, I mean, who would come and say something about the draft?
I don't think that was his point, John. I don't think.
It is the point.
No, I think you
misunderstood. In the Vietnam War, and as for World War II, Christ,
I don't think he was. Yeah, I don't think he was.
Let's not romanticize the draft. People were drafted.
Well, I don't think that was.
They wouldn't join.
I don't think that was his intention.
Well, it is. You don't. If you're going to join, if you're patriotic, like my father, and go down at 17 and join up. But he got rejected because of his eyesight, and then they took him in 1944 when he's 18.
Yeah.
You're drafted because you're not going. You don't want to go.
Right.
So it's not some patriotic duty. I mean, it's not some patriotic duty. They're draft riots.
Yeah.
In Canada in 1943 up in Quebec, and I'm bringing this up because I'm part French Canadian, and where you are. There's a lot of frogs, as we call them.
Oh.
They had draft riots.
Is it okay to use that word?
There were all sorts of people
Riot?
that objected to going to the war. They used to put them in camps.
Yeah.
In World War II. World War I also.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about, talk about taking away somebody's liberty.
Right.
To talk about the draft like it's some patriotic duty. If you're drafted, you didn't want to go.
Yeah.
See, I'm young. I'm old enough to remember when on TV they had the draft back in I think it was 68. It was televised because that war, when you're a little boy and you grew up watching World War II on TV. If they didn't have specials, there was all sorts of shows about World War II. Either that or cowboys or doctors. You're watching this stuff. You figure this war is going to go on forever, which the Vietnam War did until it was surpassed by these asinine wars of the W generation who deliberately ended the Powell Doctrine, Powell being a lieutenant colonel, a middle-ranking officer that was stuck in that debacle, and that generation didn't want to see this happen again. Like Vietnam.
Right.
I mean, come on. Patriotic duties. By the way,
civic duty.
I've been posting
civic.
Since 1905. It's settled constitutional
He's been
law.
posting since
State
1905.
State, like Massachusetts, or
he's old.
Can force you.
Very.
It can confine you. It can compel you to be vaccinated.
Yes. Yeah. You mentioned that.
Fining you or something.
Right.
Of course, there's also been but I don't know. When people talk about patriotism and talk about the draft and anything, it just gets me going. I guess
I wouldn't know.
Disagreeable John was coming back.
That's all right. Disagreeable John's a lot of fun, too.
If you're drafted, that means you don't go. You didn't want
Bring back hot wood. Bring back hot wood.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
I know. I was having such a good time setting up my OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
Hopwood show butt.
Well, that's
not considered fraud.
Once that's up, we got to make sure we get a link to Brandon from Portland. But all right, John, we do need. He'll love it.
Thank you for the humor. Bye.
Anytime. All right. Bye-bye. All right. John Hopwood leaves us, and we will begin to wrap up because coming up next at 6 p.m. from the studios of WMNH, it's the weekly Die-On with Ben Die-On and Daryl Die-On, and I have no idea who their guest is this week or what they have planned, but...
Trouble.
Did you notice anyone out in the hall yet?
I hear voices.
Okay, yeah. So
I don't think they're in my head.
Ben has a loud voice.
I think that's who I hear.
He speaks. Daryl has a softer voice. Ben is a loud voice.
But Daryl has a louder laugh.
Yes.
Ben has a softer laugh.
Yes. Daryl has, did you know this? He has apparently stepped away from the morning show, at least for now.
Oh, no, I did not know.
I guess he's got some family stuff.
I hope everything is good.
John Hopwood says it's Crazy Joel Elber. Oh, is that their guest?
Crazy Joel Elber? No way. Is it the Moose?
We have a call. We'll grab this. We'll grab this call really quick. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Matt, Ron, real quick.
Hey, Ron.
If you listened more clearly, you wouldn't even have had to call in. I said people that didn't want to go went. I didn't say patriotic.
Right.
I said it's just one of those, like a civic duty, just like jury duty. People don't want to, but they do. There's just certain things that you do, and it's all about what I said. The safety of all, united we stand, all of the above. I don't want the government telling me what to do, but it's for the right reason. Thank you.
All right, Ron. Thanks for the call. Take care.
I love you, but no.
Well,
it's not the right reason to take people's
right,
children and send them off to war to die because some jerks in some office can't get along.
But we understand the point that Ron
all the United States did in Vietnam was horrible.
Making.
Horrible for America,
right,
horrible for the Vietnamese people.
All right, one more quick one, and then we got to go. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
A disagreeable bet.
Yes.
Ron, you're full of crap.
Okay.
I saw that coming.
You're full of crap.
All right.
Draft. You don't want to do it. Right. Go get your ass blown off for nothing.
All right, John. Thank you. All right, we got to go. If you missed any part of today's show, it'll be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org and at my website, mattconnarton.com. And the weekly Die-On is next. And again, please patronize our wonderful sponsor, the Hop Knot. No trivia tonight, but stop in for a delicious gourmet pretzel, some craft beer. Jenny, thank you.
Thank you. And you can check out more about me at jencoffee.com.
Yes. And my website, mattconnarton.com. And did you want to mention your newest article in The Mighty?
Newest article's up in The Mighty, and it's talking about CRSP, or complex regional pain syndrome, and ketamine infusions as a treatment, and what's being done to help that situation, and what the media and TV shows are doing to absolutely destroy our community of people who really need help with a very rare disease.
Very good. All right, we got to get out of here. Stick around for the weekly Die-On coming up next, and we'll talk at y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.